All right, so for this card, we're doing our nice trinomials. So there's 3 terms. These are nice because our lead coefficient is 1. And it just means that there's less that we're going to be doing with the factors, and there's some shortcut special cases. You do not have to, this only works when the lead coefficient is 1, so the standard way that we're going to factor will always work. This is a special case. So we're going to start by writing our steps. Our first step is always look for a GCF, so the greatest common factor, see if there's something we can pull out of every term. In this case, there isn't. And then we're going to jump to the next step. So our next step is to list the factors of the last term. Our last term is a negative 36, but I'm going to start by just doing the factors of 36. So I've got 1 and 36, 2 and 18, 3 and 12, 4 and 9. 5 doesn't go in, so I skip the 5, and then 6 times 6. Now, because the last term is negative, that's going to tell me I'm going to be subtracting my factors in the next step. So the next step is find the factor pair that equals the middle term. And if the last term is positive, we're going to add, negative, we're going to subtract. So since I had the negative 36, we did subtraction of all of those factor pairs. So 1 minus 36 is negative 35. 2 minus 18 is negative 16. 3 minus 12 is negative 9. 4 minus 9 is negative 5. And 6 minus 6 is 0. So when I'm looking for those, I need to get the negative 9. And in this case, I do actually have it. If it was a case where I didn't have the right sign for the middle term, I would have to switch the signs of both factors. So this example, we didn't have to change the signs, but if this middle term didn't match, we would have to change the signs, which would mean instead of a 3 and a negative 12, I would have a negative 3 and a 12. Now, this is where some classes will teach you to make that X symbol, where we have what we're multiplying by, or what that last term is. So we have a negative 36. What the middle term is, so the negative 9, and these are the 2 factors that multiply to get me negative 36, and they combine to get me to negative 9. So the last step is we're going to make 2 sets of parentheses, and we're going to put the factors of the first term in the front, which is generally x and x, because x squared I have to split it in half or split it into 2 equal parts, which generally is going to be what you're looking at. So it's just an x and an x. If it was like x to the 4th, you would have to separate that exponent in half. So it would be x squared and x squared. But in this case, it's an x squared to start with. So it's just x and x in the front of the parentheses. And then we're going to put that factor pair in the back of the parentheses. So I have 3 and the minus 12. Now, because there's stuff in front of the 3, I need to make it a plus 3. So my factors are going to be x plus 3 and x minus 12.